Hey everybody, Sean here, and I hope you're doing well. Microchipping is what we're looking at today, so let's jump right in. As the headline reads, the FDA has approved Elon Musk's Neuralink, and now the race to begin microchipping humans is now officially underway. If you're not familiar with Neuralink, it's described as breakthrough technology for the mind. This is an implant that allows someone to control a computer or a mobile device with their minds. And they inject it using this needle that's thinner than a human hair. And on the surface, this looks like a great way to help improve many people's lives. So, what exactly can this do? Well, it allows humans to operate machines with their brains. And as mentioned before, that'll be great in many people's lives, like people with paralysis. I'll leave a link to this page below because it's quite interesting to see this monkey at work. He's playing Pong and controls the paddle using a joystick that we see is linked to the screen. He gets a shot of banana smoothie every time he hits the ball. Eventually, they disconnect the control, yet the monkey uses it out of habit. But it is his brain that's actually moving the paddle now. And eventually, we see just the monkey controlling things with his thoughts. All this from a little old microchip. Now, some of the ideas of what Neuralink could become are listed. Why do you need an iPhone or an Apple Watch when you've got all of this in your head? They say that telepathy isn't that far-fetched anymore, being that the signals being received by the electrodes can be wirelessly transmitted to electronic devices, and the Link earpiece itself is an electronic device. They say the speed of communication will also improve, and that eventually our thoughts can be transferred instantly. Crazy stuff. But here's where it starts getting weird. They're saying that it could be used as a replacement for recreational drugs like coffee, cigarettes, and alcohol, and that these could all be replaced by an app. Now, how that works, I have no idea, but if they can do this with legal chemicals, then they can do that with illegal ones as well. And now they express some concerns, like how about computer hackers? What would be possible if they can actually access and hack your brain? We're being told they can replace things like nicotine and caffeine, so what else could they do? Some will link this to possibly being a bridge to the mark of the beast, but even as this article states, the Neuralink is not the mark in itself. And please understand that the King James Version is wrong in this verse. The mark will not be in the hand or forehead. It will be on them. The King James Version is the only translation that says in. All others say on, and I mean all others. And the reason for that is because the Greek word epi means on or upon. Look, the King James Version is great, but it's not perfect. And looking for a sign on or in the hand or forehead are two very different things. But regardless if it is in or on, guess what? By God's grace, He's shown us that two things must happen in Revelation 13 before we even get to the mark. First, people will have to worship the beast. Then an image will be built to him, and people must worship the image or be put to death. No born-again believer will be worshiping the beast or its image, and that's where it will end for us. But if someone does worship them, then the mark of the beast is brought into play to seal the deal, and it's not a good one. And whether this mark is on or in won't matter to us at that point. Christians will have been killed for not worshiping the beast and his image, or they'll be in hiding. No spirit-filled believer will accidentally take the mark and be damned to the lake of fire. But what about this microchip? What are your thoughts on the possible good and bad happening from this? One thing that popped into my mind was the idea that if we can control something with our minds, then why not a cell phone to trigger an explosive or something else destructive? Well, unless they are very careful with this, I can see some big problems rising. And like the article says, this has now been approved by the FDA. So I'm sure we're going to find out soon enough. But hey, leave your thoughts about all of this in the comments below. And until next time, take care and God bless.